Hello everybody, welcome to Deluxe Collectibles, and today I'm going to be going over my top 10 LEGO Ninjago minifigures of 2020. For this list, I am going to let you know what sets these minifigures are included in case you want to pick them up for yourselves, and there's going to be one exclusion for this video, and that is going to be that I'm not allowed to include any minifigures in this list that were released in a previous year, and for example, that could include the Legacy 1 ninja suits, because of course, those were released prior to 2020, so they're not a brand new minifigure, so those are not going to be included in this list, and a plethora of other figures as well. So we're just going to be going over the brand new ones for 2020, but there's going to be 10 of them, so let's get straight into it here with number 10. Alright, so our first minifigure that we have is included in set number 71721, the Skull Sorcerer's Dragon, and then in set number 71722, the Skull Sorcerer's Dungeons, and this one is the Skull Sorcerer himself, and I think this is honestly a really great minifigure. Now, the main reason why it only made the number 10 spot is because I just don't feel like the mask is accurate enough to his appearance within the actual Ninjago show. I feel like it's missing some key elements of like the mouth, and some other key things with the eyes that aren't really going on here or represented in the actual physical minifigure, but I think they absolutely nailed the torso printing, the leg printing as well, and then also I do like the molding of the helmet. I think it is still a really cool looking design there overall, and I think it's still a great minifigure that looks really menacing. Then the next minifigure that we have here is included in set number 71699, the Thunder Raider, and this one is Cole in his Legacy 2 outfit, and I think that this figure just looks phenomenal. I really do love the torso and the leg printing on this guy. I think that it just looks so great coming together to make a really cool and sleek looking design. Black is one of my favorite colors, and I think it just looks so great on this figure. Of course, Cole's main color scheme, and I like the little highlights of the gold and the brown and orange throughout it. I think that looks really great as well, and then his hairpiece is fantastic, and so is his half mask as well. The sleeveless look also goes together with the figure really well also, so I just have to say overall it's a fantastic looking Cole. Now the next minifigure that we have here is included in set number 40374, the Golden Zane accessory pack here, and the figure that I chose is of course Golden Zane himself. Now I know that we are going to be getting a Forbidden Spinjitzu version of Golden Zane, but I think that that one is pretty separate from this minifigure that it's good enough for this one to put it on the list, because it is using that new Legacy 1 hood here, and I love seeing that in the gold color scheme with the white headband on it. I think that that looks really amazing, and then the printing on the torso looks fabulous as well. Now I will say the leg printing is pretty weak because there is none, so that's a little disappointing, but I'd still say that overall it's a really great minifigure in a fairly affordable set. Alright, now our next minifigure that we have here is from set number 71702, the Golden Mech, and the one that we have is General Kozu. Now, I think that this figure just looks fantastic. The amount of detail on this character just looks phenomenal, and I really do love the double torsos as well. I've always loved that when it was introduced with Garmadon, and I'm so glad to see that they've done it once again for Kozu to keep it to an accurate look. Also, I know they kind of changed up the sort of second torso that they're using on the top, and it's just kind of Garmadon's, but I do still like the look of it quite a bit, and the torso and leg and all of the printing on this guy just looks so detailed. I can really appreciate that quite a bit, so I'd just say overall it's definitely a fantastic figure. Now the next minifigure that we have here is from set number 71708, the Gamer's Market, and also included in set number 71710, the Ninja Tuner car, and this one is Scott, and I think that Scott has just such an awesome looking design. I remember when this was first revealed, it was such a cool and exciting new design within the Ninjago series, and I love getting to see that. With each new season, you kind of have these new side characters, and Scott is just an awesome looking one and had a pretty cool role role within the show also. I love that headpiece there. I think that's great with the hood and the hat combo. I think that looks fantastic. The expression as well looks really great. Very expressive looking face there, which I can definitely appreciate. And then also a side where he has a bit of a mask on as well, which looks fantastic, and a little bit of a camo design. And then the torso and the leg printing just looks fabulous. I really do love the two dragons on both sides of his jacket there, and then the leg printing as well looks pretty cool. It kind of has a bit of a digital effect to it, so I think that's pretty cool also, considering he's in Prime Empire. So it's just a really great minifigure, and I always love encouraging these brand new designs for Ninjago characters, so I absolutely love this one. Alright, now the next minifigure that we have here is another one from set number 71708, the Gamers Market, and this one that we have here is the Pink Zane minifigure, and I think this is just a minifigure that Ninjago fans have been anticipating for such a long time. We've always wanted to get it in physical form, because even though it was just a small joke within the show, I think that it is such a cool design, so I'm so excited that we're finally getting it in physical minifigure form. I love that they used the original Ninja mask as well. I cannot stress that enough. I really thought that if they were going to do this design, that they would wind up using the new Legacy 1 hood, so I'm so happy that they went with the original one here. And also even the printing on the torso and the legs kind of keeps with that more simplistic style that first sort of season of Ninjago had, so I really appreciate that also, and it just looks amazing. The only small inaccuracy I would say is that they still use the new Ninjago head for Zane from like the Lego Ninjago movie, but still, it's an easy fix. If you have an original Zane minifigure, you can just swap heads, and then you can make it look perfectly accurate to the original design. So I just really appreciate that the Lego putting this in this set, and I think it's just a phenomenal figure. Next up here, we've got a minifigure that is included in 3 Prime Empire sets, and these include set number 71713, the Empire Dragon, then set 71711, Jay's Cyber Dragon, and then set 71712, the Empire Temple of Madness. And this one here is Unagami, of course, the main villain of Season 12, and I love Unagami's design. He's honestly one of my favorite design Ninjago villains from like the entire series. I think he just has such a cool digital sort of look to him. I love all of the colors as well. It's almost very simple, but it also looks complex as well with the printing that is going on. I really love the sort of teal and the red going together, and then his 2 facial expressions are really great as well. One of them looking a little bit more friendly, and then the other looking much more menacing, which I think would be my more chosen face. I think that looks really great, and I love the new hairpiece as well. Of course, the one that they used for Okino also, but I think it looks really great on Unagami as well, and then the beard looks great as also, so it's just a fantastic looking villain and a really unique one for sure. Next up here, we have a minifigure included in 2 Master of the Mountain sets, which include set number 71720, Firestone Mech, and then we have set 71721, the Skull Sorcerer's Dragon, and this one here is Kai in his Season 13 attire here, and I think that he just looks fantastic. Whenever you have each season of Ninjago and they always have the specific new suits, it always kind of seems like some of the ninjas' just color schemes go so much better with the look of the suits, and I think that Kai is an example of that. His red just goes so well with the gold. It just looks phenomenal, and I really do love the torso printing as well. It's so detailed, and I really do appreciate that a lot. Even the legs look pretty good also. Even though I don't think they're perfect, I still think that it just all comes together to look really fabulous, and I love the both of the golden arms also. The golden armor piece as well that they introduced for Master of the Mountain also looks amazing, so it's just fantastic. The helmet mold as well just looks amazing with that new ninja hood combo there. I think it just looks fabulous, and it works so well for Kai's design, so overall it's just an amazing figure. Then the next one that we have here is included in set number 71715, and this is the Jay Avatar Arcade Pod, and the one that we have here, of course, is Jay himself, but this is his avatar look that he has when he enters into Prime Empire, and I think that Jay just looks epic in this design. It's actually quite coincidental. I actually just got this one in the mail today, the actual set that he's included in, so it's kind of funny that I'm making this video today. Of course, it's not going to be releasing the day I'm recording it, but just as a little extra thing to mention. I think it's just such a fabulous minifigure. I love the alternate face as well, where it looks like he's just jamming out. I absolutely love that. So much personality and expression thrown into that, so I love it so much. And then the torso and the legs look fabulous also. It's just a really cool combination here, and I love that hairpiece as well in that white. I think it just looks phenomenal. So it's just a really great minifigure that came in a really affordable set, and you're getting so many new things with it. It's like a completely different version of Jay, so I really do love that, and I appreciate the unique design. Now the number one minifigure that we have here on my list is included in set 71719, Zane's Mino Creature, then set 71720, the Firestone Mech, and finally set number 71722, the Skull Sorcerer's Dungeons. And this minifigure here is Cole, of course, the Master of the Mountain himself, and I think this Cole minifigure is by far one of the best versions of Cole that we have ever gotten. I don't know if it's exactly my number one. That would have to be something where I do a separate video where I rank each of the individual ninjas outfits, but I think it's definitely one of my favorites. I mean, it made number one in 2020, and there were a ton of great minifigures for 2020 Ninjago, and this is one of them. It's absolutely fantastic. I love the printing. I don't think it's too over selling it or anything. I think it has a nice simplistic look to it, and I love the gold arm and then the one sleeveless arm as well. Once again, the armor works really well. Similar to what I said with Kai, Cole's color scheme just works so well, and it makes sense. It is Cole's season, so why not make it that the armor fits the best with him? And I think it just works so well. I love that ninja headpiece as well. As I mentioned with Kai, it's just such a cool new piece that I think just works so well, and I never would have imagined it working so well, because if you told me combining ninjas and knights, I mean, it sounds cool, but you kind of get worried about the execution of it, but I think they just nailed it here, and it just came out looking fantastic, and overall, it's just my favorite minifigure for Ninjago of 2020. Alright, so that's going to conclude my top 10 LEGO Ninjago minifigures of 2020. I hope you did enjoy the video, and keep in mind, once again, these are all my personal opinion as well, so you're probably going to have a drastically different list from mine as well, but so I'm always interested to hear kind of your list down below in the comment section, so be sure to let me know. Let me know your opinions on my list as well. What minifigures do you think I missed out on putting on this list, and which ones did you also put on your list, so we can see where we kind of agree and disagree, because it's fun to have a discussion about that. So comment down below, and if you did enjoy the video, I would highly appreciate it if you would leave a like on the video, and also subscribe as well. It really does help a lot, and if you want to stay up to date with all the content that I'm putting out, then be sure to do so. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I will see you all next time, and always remember, keep on collecting.